Hey, Radar. So, my office is a bit of a disaster. Here's where Luna was sleeping, and I was sleeping down here in my studio. And I have a bunch of things in disarray all over the place. Already cleaned out her white food bowl and reset some stuff down here. Hardest part is, and I don't know if any of you have gone through this, I imagine you have. You see the little bed they were laying in, her little paw mark there, and where she was laying. You're hungry, aren't you, buddy? Let me get you some food. There you go, man. I'm gonna keep her food bowl. Just, I'm not just gonna get rid of it. For what it's worth, I'm doing fine. I'm doing as good as I can. This morning, I had to let Luna go. And that hurt. Of course it hurts, right? You love an animal, you love a person, and they're gone. It's weird. Radar is occasionally here in my studio, but for the most part now it's just me down here in the studio. And it's going to be what it's going to be. When I had another cat some years back, he's in some older videos, Zero. It's the first cat I'd had that lived as long as he did, and he was amazing. Beautiful tuxedo cat. I have fallen behind on every single goddamn journal. I fell behind on my projects. Got hit with bad news today in that out of the 500 applicants for NakaCon, I didn't make it in. Now, thankfully I had what I hope will be a very cool circumstance, a very generous offer to possibly still participate in the show, but more on that later, until I have a chance to kind of talk it through and see what's going on. But yeah, so in the last video that was posted for Monday, I said Luna was still doing okay. Basically, she had a neurological issue. The bottom jaw wasn't working. It's a very rare circumstance. It happens in dogs, and that's treatable in most dogs, from what I understand, talking to my vet today. With cats, it's not. Speaking of cats, in the mail today, an acquaintance of mine, Betty, sent me these coins, these flattened pennies from Japan, and look at the stamps. Look at the stamps. So these were coins from the Tokyo Tower, and this is what they are. They're Hello Kitty based, but this was the one I really wanted. Hello Kitty cosplaying as Godzilla, climbing their Eiffel Tower. So does anyone recognize this? I bet at least one of you people that are into photography know what this is. Here's the connector. So this is a flash. And I think this is around 1959, 1960 something. So basically this is where the bulb goes in here. And this is the cold shoe or hot shoe mount down here. It's hot shoe. And it's got the little thing on here. And it's got a few other little bits and bobs on it. It's even got a meter back here on the back. So that way you can measure exactly how far you are. It's got a test, and it's got the power on here. Now you're wondering, how is this supposed to refract? Well, you take this, it's very sci-fi. It does this. It opens up, and then you can take that, and the head pivots. So you could take a flash toward the ceiling. This is something, I don't know how I'm going to get this to work, but I'm going to utilize this in something. This actually got picked up because there is a character who I am designing for one of my books called Lens. And that's the working title. And I don't want to talk about the story on that one because I'm really excited about it. But this is part of his camera, or based on this element. And this is the kind of stuff that I never really allowed myself to go out and explore and look for as much as I would have liked. And so thank you for all the well wishes as well on the different places that I posted, mainly Facebook. Thank you for the condolences and stuff. Luna was an amazing cat. 15 plus years. That's a huge chunk of my life. And I've lost many animals over the years. You know, who hasn't? If you're an animal lover, but there's always those ones that hit you, and when they hit, you just don't feel the same anymore. You know, and something evolves and or changes in you. Sometimes you have to deal with that missing part forever, until you don't. You know, but for me, that pain, I'm at least looking at it like, well, those were good times. Yeah, the pain was hard today. You know, and I held her when she left and when she took her last breaths and things, because I'd be goddamned if she was going to be alone any step of this way in life. So, thank you so much for watching, guys. I am Mario the Artisan Rogue, and I'll have another and hopefully more upbeat and positive message next week. I sincerely, once again, appreciate all of you that have followed me, that comment, that I see at shows and things like that. And let's see how the rest of this year pans out. Take care.